This is
the box knife.
The box knife, the evolution of the box scratcher. And one of the things that it's really kind of new for Lib Tech this year. Get behind me, Peter. Not totally behind me, not awkwardly behind me, but just behind me in this board. And you can see they call it C3, but look at that early rise at the end. So it kind of finishes about right here, and then there's a good bit of rocker afterwards. So you've got that camber, stable feel. It's kind of in the realm of some of the boards that we love so much from like Yes and Jones and stuff like that, but then they put it into a fun freestyle, all mountain freestyle twin.
Yep.
And this is a 154, and you know, I was feeling a little bit at speed, a little chattery. It's not your bomber, but man, for a lower speed carve,
I mean, at 154,
this is a knife.
really.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably, you know, usually with the box scratcher, I like sizing down.
Yeah.
With this one, I actually prefer riding more like an all mountain freestyle size, like a 157, or riding this in the half pipe. You know, as a 154 and hitting the park, I wouldn't, you know, I just totally would prefer the box scratcher for jibbing. But this would just be a great board for me to just like ride the mountain regular switch.
This would do better.
This
would do better on the jumps though.
Yeah, and it's so less catchy than C3.
Yeah.
It's such a better butterer than C3. It's not as good as XC2 or C2 or those guys. Those seem to like have a little bit of an easier butter. Most of the boards, it's case by case, but in general, it feels like an easier butter.
This one in particular. And I mean,
Yeah.
I know they just slapped the C3 sticker on there, but it definitely has a different design than your classic C3.
Yeah, but I love that.
Which I love it. It definitely gave it a much more playful approach. You know, a lot of people can just see the C3 and see the super aggressive part, and in their head they're gonna trip themselves out, you know, thinking like, oh, I don't want that aggressive of a board. But I think this actually like marries very perfectly the people who are looking for that beautiful, aggressive feel with just a much easier catch-free feel off the tip and the tail.
Yeah, this is like C 2.9.
Yeah,
It's like
that's exactly what I would
C3.
give it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it's just a fun, buttery play. You know, like it really carves well. It pops
Yep.
well. It
Does
rides
switch well.
Well, just as good as any twin will.
Yeah.
You know, and edge to edge, it's super quick. I really like this camber profile, and I'd love to see C3 evolve into this. I think this is a kind of leading edge C3 because C3's,
I don't know if you've ever seen a review with BC before, but this might be his favorite camber profile.
It's up there. It's definitely up there. I think it is maybe.
Camber past the feet with early rise.
But I
tip and
love
tail.
good hybrid rocker too.
Who doesn't?
But what I say with C3 is it has that one-dimensional camber feel.
Yeah.
When it comes to being catch-free and having better float, there's no advantage over camber. It's just maybe a more dynamic feel underfoot
Oh, it's a
because of
little
that
less
passive bend. Where this feels like it's a complete board. If you like riding swigular and regular, switch and regular, and you know you want good float powder, you want to be able to just make good turns when you if you're in the mood to carve, you can. If you're in the mood to butter, you can. If you're in the mood to like
hit some jumps,
hit some jumps, you can.
Yeah.
And it's just a totally different feel from C3 and any of the hybrid rocker like the C2, EC2, XC2 that we've tried. And we're pretty stoked on this.
Pretty stoked.
I'd like to get a 157 and go playing around and compare it to some of our favorites. Edge holds phenomenal.
I'd like to take this 154 into the park
Yeah.
and have a day with it.
Yeah,
You know?
I think it looks good with your outfit too.
it does.
Wow. Yeah.
It's very matchy.
Very matching.
Matchy.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's a favorite now.
Yeah.
Don't
Thanks,
quote
Chris.
me on that. It might not be.
It might not be, but
it might.
We got a lot of testing to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work still left, but so far, right
Yeah.
now, this has been one of my favorite boards that I've tested in this demo.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.